Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Christmas. And I don't think I'm the only one that woke up with my mind stayed on Christmas. I think there's somebody else who stayed on Christmas this morning. Look at the Christmas elf over there. Merry Christmas, Reverend Johanna.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays, because I know Christmas is not necessarily the holiday for everyone. So happy holidays, because this is the season of lights. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley. We love you.
Oh, I love that sweater. That looks fun. So much going on, and as Johanna said, it is a season for all kinds of festive celebrations, from Hanukkah to Kwanzaa, Christmas, Festivus if you celebrate that one, or maybe it's the winter solstice if it's a pagan religion, or Wiccan or animalistic religion that you practice in. So all kinds of things are happening. And speaking of winter solstice, oh my God, it's tomorrow, and also tomorrow is the Saturn-Jupiter alignment, which some have called the recurrence of the North Star. They trace this alignment back to around the time 2 BC when the Christ child was born. And so we're thinking, that could be where this came from. Interesting thought. Now, for us, it's not a North Star, it's a southwestern sky that we get to see it in. And there will be a number of ways to watch it. You can see with the naked eye, and there's also virtual watch parties going on. And I found one that's happening with the Griffith Observatory through Mount Wilson, along with the Carnegie Science Institute. And Reverend Johanna will be able to post a link into the chat for that one, for if you wanted to go online and do something around it. But I think you can see it with the naked eye, clouds permitting, shortly after sunset tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I love the things that happen in the sky. I love everything that happens in the world. It's only one. And the journey is to be able to deal with all of it and accept all of it as it comes along. And pardon me, I feel a sneeze coming. It left. It vanished. It may come back. We'll see. All right. So what else is going on for us? Oh yes, sweater. If we were in person today, we would all have our Christmas, or a lot of us would have our Christmas sweaters on, because that's what we do the Sunday before Christmas. Friday, Christmas. My goodness. So I got mine on. You see, Reverend Johanna has hers on, and you'll see more of it a little bit later. Do you want to show your Christmas sweater right now, hon? No? No, she doesn't want you to see it. You have to wait. That's just the way it is. But we don't need to wait to see your Christmas sweater. Maybe you have it on. If you don't, go grab it, take a selfie, and post it in the chat, and let's see how many Christmas sweaters we may be able to share. Even though we're not physically together, we can still be together through this virtual space. Speaking of virtual space and being together, we had our caroling night, which is another annual event that we did, and we're not letting any annual event go unannualized. Okay, anyway. So we did caroling. We did it on Zoom. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. It actually worked. And everybody participated. And here's a little treat for some of you who may not have been there.
Let's try this.
Let's give it a whirl. So everybody knows their parts, 1 through 12, right?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.
Second.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me two turtle doves.
And number 1.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
There we go. Third.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave me 3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
4.
On the day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Number 5, Schaefer's.
On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love left to me 5 golden rings.
4.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love said to me, 6 geese are line,
Right.
6 geese are line, 5
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are lying,
5 golden rings.
4
calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
8th
day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids a milking.
7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are laying,
5 golden rings.
Milk it.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing,
8 maids a milking.
7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are lying,
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a leaping,
9 ladies dancing,
8 maids a milking.
7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are laying,
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping,
10 lords a leaping,
9 ladies dancing,
8 maids a milking.
7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are laying,
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming,
11 pipers piping,
10 lords a leaping,
9 ladies dancing,
8 maids a milking.
7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are laying,
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Hey!
Oh my goodness. That was so much fun. We didn't know if we were going to be able to pull that off. See, most of the caroling was done by members of the choir and folks that wanted to sing, and we partitioned all the songs off, and we rehearsed all of that. But that part right there, the 12 days, that was totally unrehearsed. We just assigned the names off right at the top and just went with it. Leisha cracked me up. JP and James, thank you for being there from Idaho, and Angela Carol Brown from Kansas City, and Reverend Johanna, you were so fun. What did you think of that?
That was just fantastic. It was so much fun to be there and listen to everyone, and for all these troopers stepping up, just doing it spontaneously. And here are the names of everyone who sang this wonderful song. Kate, Debbie, Sarah Rose, Jovi, Angela Carol Brown, JP and James, the Schaefers, Lydia, Edith, Wally and Colleen, Julia, Cindy, Tracy, Maverick, Andreas, and Jen. Truly a community event. Thank you so much.
That was indeed the case. Truly a community event. We have another one coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute, but this was, for me, total evidence of how we bring our vision and our mission statement to life. This is the time in the service when we share that and remember it exactly who we are, what we're all about, and why we are here. Let's do it together now. Here it is. We're a community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. Say it with me. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. And it's me again. Lane's going to do announcements next week, and then we'll be signing up people for doing announcements in January. So if you're interested in doing the announcements, drop me an email, and we'll make it happen and have you do the announcements as well. I wanted to speak about it because I really would like to encourage as many of you as possible to come out to what's happening on Wednesday. Really special Wednesday showing up for us. Here's more about that.
Oh, everybody. Guess what time of year it is? That's right. It's our candlelight service. Yes, it is. It's really this time of the year. And I'm so excited to be a part of this again with you as your music director. So here's what we got going. We got a little bit of me. We got a little bit of Jingle Bells, but we got a lot of Dennis Bryan. That's right. And we've got our same candlelight service that we always do with great spoken word. Stephen's got a service prepared for us that's going to be amazing. Music's going to be fun, and I look forward to seeing you there.
So for the annual candlelight service, which is this Wednesday at 7 p.m., here's the Zoom ID for you. It's 889-9418-6944. And for those of you that made it to caroling and we went through the Zoom ID confusion, this is the one. We've got it locked in. It's 889-9418-6944. Guaranteed that's where we'll be. And to make it that much easier for folks, if you're not into doing Zoom or you don't want to be on camera for it, which I hope that you will because, well, I'll tell you more about that. But we're also going to put it out live on Facebook. So it'll be Zoom and then Zoomed live to Facebook. Plenty of opportunities for you to participate and be there for the annual candlelight service. Okay. For the candlelight service, it's candlelight. So we close the service each year with lighting the candles, standing in a ring around the sanctuary. You remember those? That's such a dramatic time. So we're going to recreate that time in the virtual space. That's why I'd like for as many of you as possible to be on Zoom with us. Imagine a full screen. That screen you just saw from the 12 days. Fill that screen up with as many people as we can, all of us on camera holding our candles as Cherie sings Silent Night, and then Reverend Susan closes the evening out with the closing Christmas prayer and blessing. So great service, good readings. Reverend Jennifer and Maggie doing a wonderful scripture reading for us. The God Candles, special surprise guests on the God Candles that we do each year. John and Emily will be participating, little Emily. And Maverick also is going to be involved in it, as well as many of our practitioners and ministers. So a really lovely candlelight service coming for you for Saturday. I want to remind you also that Practicing Oneness at 1 is on hiatus until January, so it won't be back until Monday, the 4th of January for that. Reverend Susan is still doing the play and learn. There's still those, and there are plenty of them. There are over 70 play and learn lessons that she has made that are available for you on YouTube. So do check that out. Share it with family and friends. Share it as a gift idea. Send a gift link this year to Play and Learn to anybody you know who has children, because these are wonderful activities for children who are still living in this situation where we're kind of held up at home. And this challenging time calls also for folks to maybe reach out for prayer. Our practitioners are available for you for prayer. You can go to the website, follow the prompts, or simply call the office. And perhaps maybe it's not a prayer that you want to do because you're challenged. Maybe you're just living in that pure state of gratitude and you want to share that gratitude and expression for it. That's a great thing to treat for as well, because what you treat for, what you believe in, brings more of it into your life. And if you're bringing in gratitude and it being appreciative for the joy and the gifts in your life, more of those will flow for you. That's how it works. Okay, we're going to go back to the Soul Purpose Band. We're going to open up to the rest of the service. This is time where I usually would say to you to release whatever is blocking you from your experience of God in this morning's activities. But I think we've had so much of this oneness together. Don't let it go. Just deepen it and release anything that blocks you from having more of it. Here we go. I release.
I release. I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only thine. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide, only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. I'm so happy to be with you today. Well, I can't believe Friday is Christmas. Hanukkah is going on. I just wish everyone a very, very merry and happy whatever you celebrate. I'm going to read the affirmation, and then I'm going to ask you to read it with me. The principles I use reveal the magic in life, its beauty, wonder, and appeal. The principles I use reveal the magic in life, its beauty, wonder, and appeal. The reading this morning is from Daily Good. It's entitled Gazing into the Heart of Perfection by Harold Feinstein. During the production of my very first book, 100 Flowers, I became so absorbed by the flowers that I would awake at night and write short poems inspired by them. This soon became my collection I call A Garden of Songs. Here's one of them. You're all over the place. You're all over the place. An endless Eden until I take one of you aside, gazing deeply. I see you for the first time. It takes time to know you. I'll stay. Getting people to receive, to see the gifts they've been given in life itself. Life along the roadside, with the flowers and the weeds, and the pebbles and the trees, and the sounds of birds. And looking up and seeing the clouds, the light and the shadows. We're surrounded. We're in it. And did you know that the Persian word for paradise means an enclosed garden? We're in paradise, and we don't see you and you don't see me. What a waste. Wake up, wake up. Oh God, I just want to pay tribute to all that I want to exclaim and proclaim and sing the joyous sounds to tribute and awe to all of my ops behold. Whether it is within the flowers, within us, we are a part of the universe. Whether I'm looking at a human hand or looking at the galaxies of shooting stars or the flight of a bird, something marvelous is going on, and I'm part of it. We're all part of it. Wake up. Wake up. So let's take a deep breath and join me in treatment. There's only one God, one divine intelligence that moves in and through absolutely everyone and everything. I see it now. I feel it now in my heart space. Everywhere I look, I see God in the eyes of children, through the people that I meet on the street or in a department store. God is everywhere present, and I now see it. I wake up to see the magnificence that is around me. I wake up to the beauty of this season, to the happiness and love of the people, knowing that whatever is within my heart is what I bring into my life. So from my heart space, I send it out to the universe, filled with love, filled with care and understanding, right here and right now. I wake up to only the truth with a capital T, and I see the beauty and magnificence around me. I let go of old things that I no longer need, and I step into this new truth, and I'm in awe. I release these words into the mind of God, knowing before they're said they're done, and together we say, and so it is.
A very cozy, warm, yummy morning to you, Simi Valley CSL. I miss you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. It's been a long year, but we're almost through it. I hope you have the greatest of holidays, and wishing you much love. What a child, what a night. What a star, what a light, shone from heaven above with a message of love. What a child, what a night. All the angels did sing, all the gifts they did bring, all to welcome the birth of the light here on earth. What a child, what a night. It was the promise of a new day, and the light within us all, it brought the making of a new way. Glad sometimes can't you hear the angels call. What a child, what a night. What a star, what a light. It brought a heavenly spark to light up the dark. What a child, what a night. Take it, Eric. Tickle me, Daddy. It was the making of a new way, and the light within us all, it brought the promise of a new day. Glad sometimes I tend to hear the angels call. What a child, what a night. What a star, what a light. It shone from heaven above with a message of love. What a child, what a night. Oh, to welcome the birth of the light here on earth. What a child, what a night. Got a heavenly spark to light up the dark. What a child, what a night. It shone from heaven above with a message of love. What a child, what a night.
Well, it's that time again. Time to take 3 minutes to just breathe and go into the gap, the God awareness place. It's easy to do. Just breathe. I use the mantra God is here too. You can use any mantra you want. Just relax and breathe and know that God is here too. So I'll keep the time. Just close your eyes and breathe. I hope that felt as good to you as it did to me. You can do this anytime. Meditation's easy. You just take a deep breath and bring in that wonderful source of God. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, no matter what you celebrate. And know I love you and miss you, and we'll see you soon.
This Christmas may be quiet. This Christmas may be small. This Christmas will be different than any I recall. The chaos in the kitchen, the laughter and the song, pretending that I'm Santa Claus and you playing along. But this year we'll be playing a different kind of game. I'll pretend you're here with me and you can do the same. I can make the cider, and you can calm the breeze, and we can share a moment as the sun streams through the trees. Yes, you will be there smiling, and I'll be smiling too. I'm keeping my heart open, hoping you'll be shining through. I'll hear you in the carols, I'll see you in the lights. Your joy will not elude me on a cold December night. 'Cause I know that ghosts of Christmas past are not past at all, and those we've loved and lost are with us every time we call. And I will see you in the Valentines, see you in a firework sky, see you when the leaves of the oak tree all fall and die. And it might be a quiet Christmas, our Christmas will be small, but knowing you are here with me is the greatest gift of all.
Thank you, Margaret. Beautiful song. That song is so touching. And when I heard it, you know, the musicians are so marvelous, have been through the whole Virch experience. It's just been fantastic. And each one of them chooses their own song. I don't get in the mix of that. I offer what's happening in terms of the talk title, but then I'm getting a note that we might be interrupted. But it looks like we're still, from this end, it looks like we're still going. So I'm going to quickly check.
And we're good again.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, that's good. We're good again. Live. It's always so fun doing live. So I was just saying about how grateful I was that Margaret chose that particular song, because this time of year so many of us can get so wrapped up in the joy and the quote unquote magic of Christmas that we forget that this can be a heartbreaking time for so many people when anything of the deeper challenges of life affect us around a date that has such significance, like Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, a birthday, Thanksgiving. All of these landmark days throughout the year just hyper focus us on the pain that we may have experienced at the time that a loss took place. So just want to have a moment to break up the word alone into the two pieces, all one. No one's ever alone. And this time of year, when we do talk about the magic of Christmas, let's use that magic, which is love and peace and serenity within, and share that with others so that no one has to feel the quiet Christmas pangs. Okay? And speaking of the magic of Christmas, that brings us to the talk title for today, too, which is Hardly Hocus-Pocus. Hardly Hocus-Pocus, because hardly is what appears in life magic. It might seem like it's magic, but I say hardly so. You know, magic is defined as the art of illusion, the sleight of hand. You get somebody paying attention back here, but they're not really breaking the laws of spiritual truth. They're just manipulating the laws such that we see something that they want us to see. And a lot of times, that's how our consciousness works as well. It makes us see, our habits and our way of being allow us to see things the way we want them to be, be as opposed to the way they truly are, which is why some folks call the Maya, some religious truths and ancient wisdom teachings talk about the Maya, the world of illusion. And the illusion is not that that's not real or hard or anything like that, and then substance that we can touch and all that and feel. No, that's not the illusion. The illusion is sometimes what we make up around the hard things that happen in life, right? So that's a little bit of the magic, but also magic has this other quality to it. I love when you look up a word and look it up in the dictionary, and you see how many different ways it can be used in the English language. And one of the dictionary terms for magic is to talk about influence and charm and power. You know, he's a magical person. So he has his charm, his influence, his power, right? And so in many ways, our lives are that way too. And we are in that magic making time of year. We're in that time of power and charm where we're being influenced by all the deeper seasonal understandings of what's going on from the spiritual perspective, the God of the Prince of Peace, the Son of Light, to bring this joy into the holiday season, into the Christmas season. Little Hanukkah lights and what they represent, the 7 days and what that represented, 8 days and what that represented as well. So we saw it, looking at the solstice and getting very excited about the Jupiter Saturn alignment and looking at the stars and understanding all of those aspects of what's going on in terms of light. The movement of light as we go into the solstice, and we see the light beginning to come back to the northern portion of the hemisphere and leaving the southern and taking their summer away and bringing our spring into season. So we see light is all around us, you see. We understand that, and from a spiritual perspective, it seems that what feels like magic in the world is hardly magic at all. That's why I came up with Hardly Hocus-Pocus, particularly when we consciously and deliberately use our mind, which is the only mind there is. The mind that is God is our mind and your mind. It's only the one. And we live within it. And so anything that we do does not change the nature of law or the nature of this mind. What we can do is we can choose to agree with it and align with it, and then the magic of the mirror making of the mind, reflecting our ideas and our beliefs into our reality, becomes our experience. Dr. Holmes, in the book Living the Science of Mind, reminds us that the creative genius, the creative power, the creative presence is always there, willing to give us our good, to bring our good into our life. And he says here that the untold good, which the creative spirit has placed at our disposal, awaits the magic touch of our consciousness to spring into expression for us, filling the cup of our desire with its manifold gifts. The magic touch of our consciousness. There's an unformed substance, a plastique in the universe, waiting to be formed into your experience, waiting for you to take the magic wand of your mind and tap on that unformed substance and bring it into fulfillment as your desire, as your manifold, your many, your varied gifts in life. But the key is to know where to look to make this happen. And it's not under the tree, although there are a lot of good things that are happening under the tree. But in truth, the place to look is within as well as without. Within as well as without. And I say that because, you know, the ancient Hermes Trismegistus, as within, so without. That's because there's only the one, as one in one. Was having my morning spiritual practice this week, and I had this. It happens every now and then, and as soon as it happens, I try to forget it so I don't look for it again, so it can be new the next time it happens, if it should happen again. But this particular time, I was looking outside at the oranges on the tree, and they're getting their nice orange color now. And then back behind it was another beautiful crepe myrtle that's still holding on to a few of its leftover golden leaves. And suddenly I had this feeling like I had been cast back through the glass out into the yard and was just one with all of it. There was no tree and me, no orange and me. There was just it, all of it. It was as if I had been broken from the bonds of separation. I was watching it all with glittering eyes. It reminded me of a story I read in a book from Jeff Foster where he's, what is the name of that book? I thought I had it here. I'm looking around to see if it's on a bookshelf next to me, but I don't see it. But in the book, he's talking about this mother whose 4-year-old daughter runs up to her and says, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." And she's carrying all this art in her hands. And she's going, "Mommy, Mommy, look at the art that my hands have made." And I thought, that's it. You know, we get into that space of self-object referral, and so we see ourselves as something separate, something different. We put ourselves into the illusion of separation, but in truth, it's only the one. In truth, it could just as well be the hands making the art, because any true artist will tell you that they are a vehicle for the art coming forth, that they are not the artist making the art, they're the artist receiving the art, channeling the art, and allowing it to move through. And that's the magic of life, when we can enjoy this oneness and be part and have the magic of knowledge of that oneness. Then life is hardly hocus-pocus at all. It's all purposive. It's all direct. It's all meaning and not at the same time, which means it's a paradox. And living in the paradox is, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It allows us to look for our truth in places that we may not normally look at all. Beautiful book I was turned onto by Jim Collins this week. It's called The Minpins. Raoul Dahl. You know about this guy? Oh, they're so much fun. And in it, there's this quote. It says, the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places, and those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Those who don't believe in magic don't find it. We have to look in the most unlikely places, and the most unlikely places for the music, for the magic of our life, is to look within. To look within. And this time of year, another wonderful place to look. And interestingly enough, when you look within, particularly in meditation, and go into the darkness, right? Go into the quiet of your inner consciousness, to the upper room of understanding, and dive down into that gap space. Many times in the darkness, boom, there it is, just a flicker of light. And this time of year, as I mentioned before, with the focus on light, perhaps the place to look for the beauty of the magic and the knowledge of our gifts and that hidden splendor is to look into the light.
Oh, light, come, light, lead us through the darkness. Oh, light, come, light, lead us safely home. Oh, love, come, love, lead us through the darkness. Oh, love, come, love, lead us safely home. Oh, peace, come, peace, lead us through the darkness. Oh, peace, come, peace, lead us safely home. Oh, light, come, light, lead us through the darkness. Oh, light, come, light, lead us safely home. Lead us safely home. Lead us safely home.
Lead us safely home. Where is home? We say it at the end of the service every Sunday. I'm at home in the heart of God. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. The thing is, the heart of God is everywhere, for there is only the one. The entire body of God is our life itself and everything that's in it. And we are called to recognize that even more so this time of year than any other. You know, it may seem that in the talks of late that I perhaps have lost some of my passion around the social justice issues that we were dealing with earlier in the year, but I have not stopped thinking about it. And if you listen to the talks each week, you will carefully hear the theme that our work to do is to move beyond our own individualized expressions, to move into the unified expression of oneness. That's why I have practicing oneness at 1. It's a spiritual centering for the day, but it's also to recognize that there's nothing that we cannot do when we do it together in oneness, when we do it living in the heart of God, when we do it at home. If we're all at home in the same place, then that's what we get to do, particularly this time of year when we have this shared belief, this hope of the season, and we have the chance to bring that hope into reality. And just what is hope? You know, Dr. Holmes is not always that really big on the idea of hope. And I get it, because sometimes in hope there may be a little bit of doubt. But there's another way to look at hope. Leonie Taylor in The Daughter of Smoke and Bone talks about this as well. She calls hope a powerful force. Hope can be a powerful force when you know that what you hope for most, and you hold it, when you know what you hope for most, and when you hold it like a light within you, you can make things happen almost like magic. Hocus pocus. Almost like magic. When we break that down, what she's saying here is that in the consciousness of belief and knowing the mystical influence of our belief, meaning in other words, the influence, the charm, the power of our belief over our lives, right? When we know that, and when we take this thing, look back at that quote again. There's a part of this I really want you to focus on. It's when you know what you hope for most and you hold it like a light within you. That's Dr. Holmes speaking there. You see, he wants us to move beyond the doubt of hope into the larger light within you of hope. When you hold it like a light within you, there's an embodiment, you see. That's a knowing that goes there. And I'd like to throw this at you. I came up with an acronym for hope to move it out of the idea of doubt and into something else. Hold on. Hold on to positive expectancy. Hold on to positive expectancy. When you stand in this place of hope, switch any doubt that you might have that I hope this will happen. No, when you're hoping, now you are verbing. I'm turning to a verb now. Hoping is to hold on to positive expectancy. This is mine. I got it. It's like Mike Dooley tells in a story that Johanna shared with me the other day. I love this story. It's about an office worker who worked he was in an accounting firm, and he just wasn't totally happy at his job. And I may butcher this story, but I think I got the essence of it. He totally wasn't happy in his job. And try as he may, he never could quite get there. He never could feel the satisfaction like it was job well done. But there was something in his consciousness. He had this vision. He kept having this vision of seeing himself walking down the hall, getting high fives and smiling and being really happy at work. But when he went to work, that wasn't necessarily his experience of work. And lo and behold, the higher ups in his office decided to give him a change of department. Now, in this accounting department office, this building that he worked in, this company he worked for, if you got moved into the audit department, that was sort of seemed like a demotion. Nobody wanted to go to the audit department. And lo and behold, this dude, he got promoted, demoted, transferred into the audit department. Now, here's what happened though. He was great at auditing. And suddenly, he was like the king guy. He's walking in the hall, and he's getting high fives from everybody. He was celebrating. Because, see, inside of him, there was this hope. He had been holding on to the positive expectancy that maybe one day he actually would be that guy walking down the hall getting the high fives. And something beyond him, something in that place beyond the illusion of separation, in that oneness, that wholeness, in that heart of God space, in that hardly hocus-pocus kind of experience, something came to him and said, boom, this is your truth. And he stepped into it and he was happy. This is how life works for us, and it seems like magic, but it's not. It's the experience of consciousness unfolding exactly right and perfect for each and every one of us. I had that same experience. Remember Father's Day, I had my dad do the announcements? Do you remember what he said? One of the things he said when doing the announcements was that when we lived in LA and left, I didn't want to leave, and that I said I would always come back. And I knew at like 11 years old that I was going to come back to LA no matter what, and here I am. It happened. There was this holding on to positive expectancy that took place, right? Dr. Holmes says this is a powerful place to be. He says, try this magic of expectancy, and you will soon discover a dramatic side to your work which gives full vent to constructive feeling. It makes life a game that is a joy to play. You will find a dramatic side to your work, not your job. I'm talking about your work of life. What game? The game of life. To play, to participate joyously in this thing called life. And expectancy speeds our progress. There's more good for us right here. If you have good now, expect more good tomorrow. More new friends, more new wonder, more new experiences. And expect those new experiences personally and collectively. This is going back to the themes about our move toward social justice, our move toward health care for everyone, our move toward food for everyone, for homes for everyone. We live in an abundant universe. There is no reason for people to be living under freeway bridges. I don't care how clean they make those under freeway bridge communities look. It's still someone living in a tent on the side of the road sucking up carbon dioxide all the time. That doesn't need to happen. This is ridiculous that this is happening in our country. And we have the power to move beyond that, to use our magic. And knowing how the magic works doesn't destroy the magic at all. If you learn how to do a magic trick, that only means one thing. Now you can do the magic trick too. So we get to learn that this hardly hocus-pocus life we're living is a conscious experience, and whether we're doing it for ourselves or for all of humanity, we must continue the march toward our good and not give up on it. Not give up on it. Dr. Holmes says there is nothing in the universe that can hinder your upward climb, your increased awareness of oneness with God, unless you decide to stop climbing. My friends, do not decide to stop climbing. Just don't do it. We are all in this together. It doesn't matter who. Walt Whitman said it so well when he said, the prostitute and the libertine, the child sucking at the fountain of nature from its mother's breast, the man drunk in the gutter, the ascetic, the recluse, the one in simple adoration. All of them say together, they all say in their own way, my Lord, my God, my Lord, my God. And we shall never find God if we exclude any of these. Well, it's hardly hocus-pocus. It's something in your heart is calling to you to reach out to the person that appears to be in the gutter, the person that appears to be in want, the person that appears to be in need. And I say appearing to be in need because it's an illusion, because there's no reason for that person to be in need, because there's plenty of substance around for everyone to share. Isn't that the message of this season anyway? Isn't that why we have fun with our Christmas sweaters and our Christmas buttons and our Christmas hats, celebrating the light? Isn't that why we light the menorah? Isn't that why we celebrate the days of Kwanzaa? Isn't that why even Jerry Seinfeld created a holiday Festivus for people who didn't want to have a holiday? So that we can bring this message of peace on earth and goodwill to all. It's hardly hocus-pocus, and so it is. Join me now as we say our affirmation for today. The principles I use reveal the magic in life, its beauty, its wonder, its appeal. And now it's time for our healing prayer. Hold on. I got my buttons got stuck here. There you are. I mean, here I am. Okay. A few of you have reached out to me this week with special calls for prayer. I have those in consciousness right here and right now. You know who you are. I'm holding the names and your love for those names in my mind in this very moment. Perhaps some of you have put prayer requests in the chat window, holding those in mind and consciousness right now. Even if you have not put it in the window as yet, the intention to do it, the idea, the consciousness around that is already pervading, because really there is, and quantum physics has done this in some amazing experiments where the idea of linear cause and effect has been blown up by some of the quantum theory experiments. So it's all happening right now. In infinity, everything's already existing, including your request for a prayer request that has not been received yet by the person who's making the prayer. It does not matter. Because what we're going to do right now is simply align our consciousness to the understanding that what we desire is going to be reflected through the mirror of the mind in that magical, charming, powerful way to influence the lives of those we care about, here and now. So I'm calling the divine presence forward in this moment in a way that allows me to open up to it, for it is always here. Living in infinity, I'm living in the heart of God right here and now. So what I'm clearly doing is simply allowing myself the joy, the pleasure, the opportunity, the influential, the divine experience of saying, God, I am here. Use me. Allow me to be a channel, a vessel for your expression. And in this moment, I am seeing divine wholeness unfolding for beyond the ability of me to see, over the horizon and back around again. And that unfolding good is revealing a wholeness that looks like enough for each and every person of whatever want or lack may be coming up in their experience of life in this moment. Showing up as divine guidance, as right action, as healing presence of physical and emotional and spiritual health. Pulling the physical substances of life together so that there's no grumbling of the belly, there's no aching of the heart, there's no anger in the throat, there's no tightening of the fist. There's simply an opening to divine love here and now. So grateful for this truth, so grateful to understand it, to know it, and to share it now through this word on behalf of each and every person here listening. I know through my own consciousness that this is the truth, and therefore it becomes the truth in the voice and the ideas and the life of those that are listening here and now. Grateful for this. I let it be, and so it is. Just needed a moment of just pure bliss and silence. For it's so much joy to have the opportunity to pray. I love to pray. Okay, so we're going to go back to some more music with Margaret Owens.
In an old twin bed in my grandpa's house, in the room upstairs I wait for reindeer on the roof and the sound of sleigh bells that I anticipate. I've been told that I gotta be fast asleep or the big man he won't show. I've circled everything I want in the Sears catalog, so it's off to dreams I go. 'Cause I wanna be wild, wanna be blown away by the stockings overflowing on Christmas Day. And the fire in the heart that's warm in the room, almost as much as my grandfather's love. I'm wrapped up in the magic of the moment, the family gathered round and our hearts aglow. I can picture it in my mind, oh so clearly, and I believe so off to sleep I go. find when I rest my gaze on the many blessings and the magic that is mine. It's a miracle that grass can grow and flowers bloom and the sun floats in the sky, that the smallest light can illumine the darkest room, and I've still got dreams to try, and I'm gonna be wild, gonna be blown away by all the moments I create today. I could sit on my ass, I could let the day pass, but it seems a shame to throw this gift away. Will I bring the same belief in childhood wonder to the grown-up games I choose to play? Will the joy of giving and receiving be witnessed more than just on Christmas Day? Twinkling lights get multiplied every time you cross your eyes, and your power is in the present, just the way the word implies. I'm talking about being there for others. I'm speaking to believing in your dreams. I'm telling you to be the love in your life when the world is going to extremes. Keep remembering the magic is within you. The day is yours to do with what you will. So take a moment to get quiet and be still. Just be still. Let yourself be wild, be blown away by all the love that flows through you today. And as far as your dreams, all your hopes and desires, you got all you need and more than you require to light up the sky, to love brave and strong, no matter if the world tells you you're wrong. Remembering the wonder of childhood, remember the magic of the moment, the joy that comes from giving and receiving. Remember the power of believing, and soon you'll see that goodness still abounds every time you dare to stop and look around. It's how you perceive and what you believe that makes a miracle.
Margaret Owens, What Makes a Miracle. So sweet. Thank you for that. You know, a couple weeks back in Contemplating Abundance, Kathy Burt and Reverend Johanna were having a conversation around it. And when it ended, there was something that hadn't yet been told. And they called it the pizza story. So we're going to go back for part 2 of that conversation, and then the whole conversation will be uploaded to our YouTube channel so you can hear the whole thing, because it's really full of wonderful wisdom, not just about giving, but about what it means to be a part of a spiritual community. So here's today's Contemplating Abundance.
The spirit of abundance flows through me. It lives inside my breath. As I inhale, the flow of abundance resides in every breath.
Also beautiful. The only story I still want to hear from you is the pizza story. I love it.
Well, it's a way for everyone can contribute, no matter how small, if we all contribute just a little. And where I heard this first analogy, I guess it's called, is that when I was volunteering at KCLU, the public NPR station that's here in Thousand Oaks, that I love and I support. I'm a conscious giver or sustaining member of them also. And when the pledge drives come around, I volunteer. And so the station manager has this analogy with pizza, and she says, you know, it's kind of like when you're in college and you live in the dorm, and nobody by themselves can afford the pizza, the whole pizza. So everybody, you go down the halls and you say, "Hey, everybody, can you all throw in a little bit so we can have pizza?" Well, there's always the one guy that doesn't throw in, but he's there having the pizza. And so Mary at KCLU will say, "Don't be the one guy that doesn't throw in. Don't be that guy." So when we're buying our spiritual pizza, I want to transition it to us. When we're buying a spiritual pizza, let's not be that guy that doesn't throw in, So if we all throw in a little, and if we can a little more than a little, then we can build a great thing, like a public radio station or a center for spiritual living, and we can keep it thriving. And so that's the pizza story.
When we all come together, then we can do something greater together than what we might have been able to do on our own, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm hearing you say too, it's like, with the pizzas, like everybody would chip in, but it didn't have to be that everybody chipped in the same amount. Everybody chipped in what they could.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Some people just throw in a few dollars, but if a lot of people throw in a little bit, then it grows, and if we all throw in, as much as we can comfortably do with joy, then how can we not thrive and be financially just super stable, which is my wish for us. I want us to be so stable that we're here forever. Because, and we're here for more people to find us, because that's my greatest joy, is when people find us, new people come
Thank you, Kathy Burt. Our greatest joy, for people to find us. I love that too. And we've had so many. Thank you for finding us. Those of you who don't live in Southern California, don't live in the Simi Valley or Conejo Valley area, or West Valley, the San Fernando Valley area, that are coming from away from us. We're making this commitment to you right now. When we return to what the new normal will be, where we can be in person, we will not forget you, and we will not leave you here. We will continue to have a Virch presence no matter what. So this is when we do our prayer for the Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley. And I'd like to remind people at this time that, and I've left it up here for a while so you can kind of look at these words, and there's a part down there, the second to the last line, every good thing for CSL Simi Valley now. Because you are watching this service, you are CSL Simi Valley now. Because there's only the one, and we all live in the heart of God, everyone is CSL Simi Valley now at this moment. So when you say this pledge, you are making this truth for not just our center, but for your life, because you are an extension of the center simply by being here. Here we are. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes, divine love adjusts, divine love prospers, divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL Simi Valley. Now, divine love is victorious.
I'm so grateful for everyone in this center, anyone that is listening to this wonderful Facebook broadcast. We are so blessed. So let's treat, shall we? God is everything, everywhere. God is our source of abundance and prosperity. The center moves forward with the prosperity and the abundance that comes in from all over. We are open to receive right here and right now. With gratitude for everyone here on this center, everyone here listening to this Facebook broadcast. I send out love and abundance and prosperity to all. God is, I am, that's all I need to know. With gratitude for everyone and everything that comes into the center. I release these words into the law mind, knowing that as they're said, they're done. We are, I am, that's all I need to know. And so it is. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Maggie. And so it is. And so it is. All right. Where is it? Oh, there. It's right here. Yeah, there. So I hear that people are kind of curious as to what this is all about. My brother created this little button many years ago. Maybe not 20 years ago now, perhaps. You see? Now, if there were a cigarette behind that symbol, that would mean what? No smoking, right? If there were a person crossing the street behind that symbol, it'd be no crossing. So if there's an L behind that symbol, what does it mean? No, not no love. No L. Get it?
No.
L.
No. L?
L. Johanna's like going, milking me on this. The first Noel, the button did say. Okay, now you got me going. I'm going to do my favorite Noel story. I'm in the line at Ralph's, and a lot of people have been asking me what was on the button, and I told a bunch of people in the line what was on the button. And then I get up to the cashier, and she was asking, what does the button mean? And I was like going, the whole routine, like, if there's a circle and a slash and all that stuff. She's like, no love, no like, no light, no. Problem was, or challenge was, or situation was, because the whole line's cracking up. And she's like turning pink. Like, why is everybody cracking up? Because her name was Noel. Get it? Noel couldn't figure out Noel. All right, I'm done. Saint Teresa was riding this horse. Let's go to Reverend Johanna. Get me out of this mess.
Hi, everyone. Let's do the recap for today. So the title of the talk is Hardly Hocus-Pocus. So these are the points Reverend Stephen made. Spiritual magic is hardly hocus-pocus when used consciously and deliberately. However, it remains mystical, influential, charming, and powerful. Spiritual magic is at our disposal. Spiritual magic is when our experience of life is a reflection of the divine mind. We must know where to look for this magic, which resides in the power of oneness, hidden in a most unlikely place beyond the illusionary veil of separation. We can find it when we look toward the light of spirit. We find it in the return home, in the heart of God, and in holding to the hope of the season, knowing hope as holding onto positive expectancy. Holding onto positive expectancy. The magic of expectancy is that it speeds progress and brings added joy to the magic of life. Knowing how this magic works doesn't spoil it one bit. In fact, it enhances the magic. Knowledge of this mystical, influential magic of the mind means we can help ourselves and humanity. We can make real the message of the season, peace on earth, goodwill to all. And tomorrow morning at 2:02 a.m., it's the winter solstice. So this is the time of the year where we turn inside, where we rest, where we reflect. And as we do in every service, we reflect with gratitude on all who participate in our community. So let's take a deep breath. And close your eyes if you like to do so. And let's do the practice of gratitude right now. So first of all, get in touch with that place in your heart where the light shines brightly. And thank yourself for being here. Give thanks for the divine light shining as you and for your participation in the service this morning or whenever you're watching this service, because it makes a difference. And we thank all the members of Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley and the friends of Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley. And we thank the people who participated in the service this morning, Cherie Deeds and the Soul Purpose Band, Reverend Maggie, Margaret Owens, and Eric Borg, who's a Science of Mind practitioner, Kathy Bird, T. Michael Rambo, and we'll hear from Floyd Lula, and of course Reverend Stephen, who did the announcements today, who is our spiritual leader, who is the director, producer, editor of this service. And I want to give a special shout out to our Board of Trustees. Gregory Seymour, the President, Darlene Bellis, Vice President, Lane Taylor, Treasurer, Dr. Susan, Secretary, Wally Duncan, John Newbill, and I give thanks to the adjunct board members, Kathy Bird, Cheryl Robinson Collins, Bridget Silberstein, Costa Francides, Cheryl Glath. The Board of Trustees and their adjuncts do serve our community on a volunteer basis. So let's send them blessings and love. And then we take another deep breath and we bring it back to ourselves. Grateful that the light, the divine light shines as us and as our Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and you know what? I don't think people saw your whole sweater. Let me go back to you. Can we see your sweater, your holiday sweater?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, here's my holiday sweater.
Let's see if I can zoom out just a little bit. There you go. All right.
Happy holidays, everyone.
All right. It's time to close up our service again. We've come to an end of Virch. Thank you so much for being here, for participating, and keeping our community together as one during this time. Here's our closing benediction. We said it in the service during the talk. I want to remind us right here. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Hey, Simi Valley, we're grateful that you're here. This is from Floyd Lula.
We love you. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflow in us and decorate this place. As it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. In the name of love, may we always be seeking out the best till we all are free. living in a world we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one in the name of love. 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 When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one in the name of love. 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 Oh yeah. In the name of love. 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 Peace and blessing. We love you.
Let's try this.
Let's give it a whirl. So everybody knows their parts, 1 through 12, right?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.
Second.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me two calling turtle doves.
And number 1?
And a partridge in a pear tree.
There we go. Third.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave
We'll go like this.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
4.
On the day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Number 5, Schaefer's.
On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love left to me 5 golden rings.
4.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love said to me, 6 geese are line.
Right.
6 geese are line. 5
golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming.
6 geese are lying.
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens,
Two turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Eighth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids a milking.
7 swans are swimming.
6 geese are laying.
5 golden rings.
Milk it.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing.
8 maids a milking.
7 swans are swimming.
6 geese are lying.
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a leaping.
9 ladies dancing.
8 maids a milking.
7 swans are swimming.
6 geese are laying.
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping.
10 lords a leaping.
9 ladies dancing.
8 maids a milking.
7 swans are swimming.
6 geese are laying.
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming.
11 pipers piping.
10 lords a leaping.
9 ladies dancing.
8 maids a milking.
7 swans are swimming.
6 geese are laying.
5 golden rings.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.